Hello YouTube, this is Wake Angel 2001 coming back to you with a review of the Transformers the Movie Studio Series RC figure. I had skipped out on this figure because I have, quite frankly, a lot of RCs that look almost exactly like this, but this was a birthday present from my friend Eli, which he gave to me when we were at the convention together. So basically the story behind Studio Series RC is that everybody hated Kingdom RC, so they tried to remake her in a way that looked more like Thrilling 30 RC, which is a figure that people actually liked. So, yeah. So let's see if this does just that. Does this do better than Kingdom RC and make us feel better about the about this mold or this philosophy behind her? Let's get her out of the box and find out. And here is RC out of the box. She comes with a backdrop of Autobot City during the siege from the beginning of the movie. Very nice. And, well, the figure looks like G1 Arcee. She has her Princess Leia hair loops. She's very pink and white with that gray midriff. Yep, all the details are there. That is very much a G1 accurate RC figure. She pretty much does have an entire car folded up on her back. Like, there's pretty much no integration between her vehicle mode and her robot mode. Like, the vehicle is just a thing that she hides inside of. Although maybe, no, I take it back. The hood of her car, it does come down and form her chest. So there is at least one part of the car that's still being purposed into being her body here. Yeah, like that's always been my pet peeve of RCs. Like, there's no integration between robot and vehicle. So yep, let's get the other two RCs here for comparison's sake. We have the original Thrilling 31, which they did recolor the Thrilling 31 in more G1 accurate colors for the Takara release, but I preferred this one because I actually like the black highlights. Also, the fully white stomach, I like that better. And here is the, the Kingdom one. So, yeah, so as you can see, the shapes are very, like, it's kind of interesting how you basically take this mold and give it this one's colors, and you kind of get a better RC. Like, she has a more expressive smiling face rather than that soulless deadpan that the other one had, which matches the Thrilling 30 figure a little better. The shape of her chest is more based off of the Thrilling 30s than the Kingdom figure, although the midriff and the crotch are actually more similar to the Kingdom than the Thrilling 30. Actually, if I might point out the Thrilling 30, she actually has kind of an organic looking stomach here, like with something that looks like actual musculature. Like, this is an actual woman's belly, while this one has a more flat, robotic looking thing going on. Kind of interesting. Like that's something she inherited from the Kingdom figure, like that detail. Although they didn't have the pink patch painted in. On hers it remains gray. And she has white feet instead of pink feet or black feet. So yeah, like, these are three very, very similar figures, but seriously, this is a slight remold of this. She doesn't have as much thickness in her thighs, which obviously makes her the inferior copy. Sorry guys, I still like the Thrilling 30 mold better. Like, even if it lacks some articulation that this one has, but I'm still gonna say I like this one better. It is an improvement over this. Like, mostly, like, the way she carries her kibble is significantly more attractive. I always hated this thing for needing the parts form so that it doesn't, have this. And, now that she fell backwards, I can point out the gun. This is a dinky little gun made out of translucent plastic, and this is an actual respectable weapon. You know why it's respectable? Because it's the Thrilling 30 weapon! That's right, folks! Her gun is basically this. It is this gun. They just cast it in a single color. Still like the Thrilling 31 better because of the color scheme, but it is the same mold. Plus, the Thrilling 31 came with a second gun and 2 awesome swords. So this one's lacking accessories. I almost forgot her... Wait, this is her car antenna. Where does it go? Oh, wait. I think that's this one's car antenna. Yeah, look at that. Yeesh, there is... You always find ways to disappoint me, Kingdom Arcee. Alright, so let's get the comparisons out of the way and look at Arcee on her own merits as a regular old action figure. She has a very wide-ranging ball-jointed neck. She has ball-jointed shoulders, like actual ball joints, not pin discs. She has an elbow with it's only a single-jointed elbow, but because of the way it's molded, it gets a huge range. She has a bicep swivel, nothing in the wrists, but she does have her hands molded to hold on to 5mm pegs. Unlike the Thrilling 30 version of this figure had different hands that could only hold her own accessories. This one can hold anyone's accessories, but still hold her own. She actually has some like an ab crunch. That's actually pretty rare in these. Not used to seeing ab crunches very often. And a waist joint. That's something that the Thrilling 30 version of this figure didn't have. She has universal joints on her hips, but because of the way they transform, you can't do that thing where you can like partially undo the transformation to get wider range outwards. So, you know, there's that. She has a thigh swivel just above her knee, a single jointed knee that gets a deep bend because of the way it's molded, and a foot that can move forward and backwards, and it has ankle rocker. So another improved articulation point that the Thrilling 30 version of this mold did not have. So basically it's like the Thrilling 30 figure with... They took the Thrilling 30 figure, they made it look more G1, and they improved the articulation of it. So yeah, like in terms of looks, I still like the way the Thrilling 30 figure looks better than this, but in terms of engineering, she's better engineered. So yeah, she's better engineered, and she is technically more G1 accurate. Technically speaking, I think this is probably the best G1 Arcee that we're gonna get at this price point. That being said, I don't think it's really that important to make her look so G1. My favorite Arcees are the ones that stylize her character design so that she doesn't have to look so G1. Like when they make her into a motorcycle so she doesn't have to have a gigantic car kibble strapped to her back. Or when they make, or when they, you know, they give her some other vehicle mode, or they alter her robot mode in some ways to utilize her car kibble instead of trying to match this Barbie doll Leia thing that they had going on. So yeah, like I will give you points for accomplishing this task, but is it really a task that you need to accomplish? I would much rather have the design philosophy that was used behind animated Arcee, which is kind of what they did with the Elita 1 figure, and then I'm thinking about it, and, you know, apply that to Arcee. Evolve her character. Stop trying to catch the impossible. Alright, enough ranting. Let's get her into her vehicle mode so we can see what that's like. And here's the car mode. I gotta say, it looks good. It looks sleek. It looks like movie Arcee is supposed to look. It's a good one. I like this car mode. You know why I like this car mode? It's the Thrilling 30 car mode. Basically, like a lot of the same parts are used. Let's just lift them up. See, like they're very, very similar to each other. The only parts that are different are the parts that aren't her legs anymore. Like I said, like the Thrilling 30 figure actually did a little bit to integrate the vehicle mode with the robot mode. Like these are Arcee's legs that form the sides of the car. This little thing on the tip forms her chest. There's actual parts here that form the robot. On this one, even though it looks almost the same, really the philosophy unfortunately is the same thing as the Kingdom figure. Like can you fold up this robot girl in a way that you can stick her inside of a box? Now the tip of the car is the only thing that forms any part of Arcee's robot mode, while everything else is all panels and stuff that you slide away and hide to, turn in so that you can tuck them away and then unfurl panels that you bring out to actually be her car. I don't like that design philosophy of Transformers because it's very elaborate and complicated. Don't get me wrong, this is probably one of the most complicated ways to do this outside of the Masterpiece Arcee figure that there is. But that being said, it really is just a glorified shellformer. Like there's a whole lot of intricacies and panels and folding and origami that you do to get this thing into this mode. And it is a significantly different transformation. You can tell by the way that the arms, legs, and the torso are all in different places now. But that being said, even though they changed the engineering up, they changed the engineering up in favor of making it into a better shell former. I don't really like that. So here's my final verdict on Studio Series Arcee. If you missed out on the Thrilling 30 figure, then this one has pretty much all of its good elements. Like it has her good looks, it has a much better car. Like it is not this stupid bar of soap with a windshield that I always hated. So you get, okay, so there you go. You get the Thrilling 30's very nice, very sleek, stylized sports car in the G1 accurate color scheme. Like, you get the best of both worlds when you combine this. So, you have her color scheme, you have her, her sleekness, and it is a better action figure than the Kingdom figure, but it's really just the Thrilling 30 figure with more of a... I don't even want to say that it's more of a shell form than the Thrilling 30 figure because the robot mode does have legitimate improvements. There's legitimate good stuff in there. She has better ankle articulation. She has a waist joint and an ab crunch that the original version of the figure didn't have. She has a better robot mode with better articulation. And her car mode looks the same for the most part. It's not like they downgraded the car mode in any way. The only thing I don't like is how she is so shellformery. I hate that when they make Arcee in a way that looks as accurate as they can, they do everything they can to prevent parts of her car from becoming parts of her robot. I feel like there's way better ways to do the transformation. And that's what I really don't like. I don't like the transformation. I like the car, I like the robot, but I don't like the in-between part. I don't like the philosophy behind her engineering. I guess that's what I had to say about this. So yeah, like, there you go. If you don't have the Thrilling 30 figure, get this one. It's almost as good engineering-wise, and it's actually better action figure-wise. So that's going to be my verdict on that. This is Wake Angel 2001 signing off.